Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network, in conjunction with 5 City TV and the Great Plains Athletic Conference, presents Prairie Wolves basketball. Today is a GPAC matchup featuring the Tigers of Doane College and the Nebraska Wesleyan University Prairie Wolves. This game is made possible by Lincoln Electric System. It's your electricity, own it. Union Bank, you belong here. And Nebraska Wesleyan University. Now let's take you out to Snyder Arena.
Nice. Pretty nice. Gotta be.
Good evening and welcome to Snyder Arena for tonight's Great Plains Athletic Conference matchup between the Doane Tigers and the Nebraska Wesleyan Prairie Wolves. Good evening, I'm Lucas Mormon, joined by Wade Tracy here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. Tonight, two teams on different paths collide as the Nebraska Wesleyan Prairie Wolves come in riding a 4-game winning streak, while the Doane Tigers are on a 5-game skid.
Yeah, and Wesleyan's got to stay hot here. Got to keep riding this, trying to get back to 500, 6-8 right now. Win tonight would be big for them. Now they're going to have to score some points to do that. They've scored over 100 points in half of their games this year. Last couple times out, scored pretty good for them, setting highs for them in the GPAC era. Now on the flip coin, on the opposite coin of that, flip that coin over, giving up 97 points a game. Something's going to have to give there. Got to get a stop if they want to get a win tonight.
Yeah, got to find ways to slow them down. And for the Tigers, they need to break this losing streak. They started the season fairly hot. Now they've lost 5 straight. To do that, they play defense. They play fairly good defense. They hold teams to 75 points a game, but they haven't seen an attack like this Nebraska Wesleyan that goes over the century mark time and time again. And chemistry, the Tigers are going to have to find it. They've had 9 different players who have started a game so far on the season. Coach Weeks is going to have to find the right combination to make it work tonight. Some key players for Nebraska Wesleyan: Gieselman, reigning GPAC Player of the Week, at 37 points. And along with him, they're going to have to go with Trey Bardsley, shut him down from the outside. He can do the damage there. For the Tigers, it's Holt, their leading scorer, along with Herman, the big guy on the inside, who leads them in rebounds. It should be a fun one tonight as the Tigers and the Prairie Wolves hook up. Tip-offs after this on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Hi there. Sorry, couldn't see you at first. I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and it's first filter Friday, so I'm just checking my furnace filter here. Looks like it's about time for a clean one, which I just happen to have right here. You know, a small investment today can really reduce your heating costs and improve your efficiency. You can really see the savings. For more tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We will see you next time.
You should pick Wesleyan because
it's a school that whatever you want to be in life, you can certainly do it.
I wanted a small school, small campus where I could be one-on-one with my professors.
It's just like one big family. Not to mention the kind of education she gets is wonderful.
I didn't apply to any of the schools. I know Wesleyan was the one that I wanted to come to.
We want you to come join us and be a part of the Prairie Wolf family and be a part of the tradition of success.
I always paid attention to fashion when I was growing up. And it's just fun to see it go from sketch pad all the way to actually being on shelves. Shoulder is a scarf with a pocket that you can store all of your basic necessities in. I think it's pretty amazing how quickly the company's grown. Union Bank has believed in me from day one. They have moved mountains for me to bring my product to life. The opportunity with Shoulder has led me all over the country. I love what I do.
This summer, all Nebraskans can test their skills against some of the best amateur athletes in the nation when the 2015 State Games of America come to Lincoln and Omaha. With an estimated 20,000 athletes expected to compete in more than 60 sports, this year's event is on track to be the largest in history. Make sure you're a part of it. Register now at sga2015.com. The 2015 State Games of America. More competition, more fun.
Back at Snyder Arena, getting ready for tip-off as some of the students file in. Scooby-Dooby-Doo is in the house for this GPAC rivalry as the Tigers and the Prairie Wolves hook up this evening. I'm Lucas Mormon alongside Wade Tracy and the entire Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network crew. Nebraska Wesleyan comes into the conference 6-8 overall, 3-6 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. The Tigers are 8-11, 3-6 in the GPAC. They're under the direction of Jim Weeks in just his 3rd season at the helm, and New head coach for Nebraska Wesleyan, Dave Wellman, is assisted by Trevor Johnson and Tyler Ackley. Look at Coach Wellman down there. His first year at the helm. And he has brought an offensive energy, to say the least, here for the Prairie Wolves, going over 100 points 7 times already this season. The offense is not on short of supply. The defense needs to pick up a little bit, but everyone's kind of settling in and adjusting into Coach Wellman, his system. Speaking with Alex Linden earlier in the game, before games, he said it's starting to come around. Starters tonight for Doane will be Nate Kuhl, a 6'7" sophomore from Johnson County Central High School in Tecumseh, Nebraska. Deontay Holt, a 6' junior from Lincoln, Nebraska, went to Lincoln North Star. Reed Williams, a 6'3" sophomore from Lincoln Southwest, along with Reed Williams. Deontay Holt, the junior guard, their leading scorer, just his 5th start, but averaging over 17 points a game. For Nebraska Wesleyan, they will start Blake Reese, a 6'5" sophomore from Beatrice. Trey Bardsley, one of those contributors off last year's squad. They had 7 seniors, 6 of them which played extensive minutes for the Prairie Wolves last year. So this is almost a brand new team, as Bardsley kind of the lone holdover. Travis Gieselman, the reigning GPAC Player of the Week, 6'4" junior out of Elkhorn, Nebraska. He gets it done on the inside. Bardsley's that outside presence. Byron Thompson, one of the other starters, 5'10" senior from Centennial, Colorado. As there you look at Gieselman, GPAC and the Independent Player of the Week. 8th in the GPAC in scoring, 37 points, almost the double-double, 9 boards in the overtime win against the Dordt defenders. Rounding out the starting lineup for Nebraska Wesleyan's Nick Stein, a 6'3" senior from Hastings Adams Central. Gieselman will jump circle, and the Tigers control the tip. Man-to-man defense. Poked away. Tigers content to run some set offense here early on. Around the top of the key, Wyatt Simpson snuck his way into the starting lineup. 5 on the shot clock, going to work. Kuhl rolls around, no good. This high-powered attack comes back at it. Down the lane, lost it momentarily. Did Reese down the lane this time, off glass, left it short though. A little bit short for Gieselman after that 37-point performance. Quickly the other way, here comes Reed Williams. Up top, Holt pulls for 3, no good. And the frenetic pace continues. Gieselman with the bucket. Out of bounds, goes back to the Prairie Wolves. Last touch by the Tigers. Keying it in will be Travis Gieselman. And there's the 3-point field goal. Bardsley knocking it down, and it's a 5-0 game. Up and down, Nebraska Wesleyan. They will have an open shot. They will take it. That's the Dave Wellman style. Pestering this Tiger attack now. 2 minutes in, still no bucket for the Tigers. There's a kick out. Reed Williams launches a 3. It goes down. Other way, here come the Prairie Wolves. Byron Thompson gives it off. Bardsley, a little change of hands midair, misses the layup as the student section gets after the Tigers. Down on the baseline, they try to go inside. They wanted to get it to the big man. No good on the three that time from Holt. Hoop in the harm on the drive that time for Gieselman. Take a look at it on the replay here. Down the lane, muscles his way up and in for Travis Gieselman. Plays maybe even a little bigger than that 6'4" frame of his. 37 points last time out. He's got 5 here early on, and it's an 8-3 Nebraska Wesleyan lead. Little pressure. They break it on the dribble through the lane. Holt has it. Holt from Lincoln North Star, back down in the corner now. That's Wyatt Simon. Skip pass over the top. Reed Williams puts up the triple, and he hits it. 2 triples. Williams has all 6 of the Tiger points. On the dribble drive, Thompson lost it momentarily. Back up top, they'll reset things. That's Gieselman. He'll pull for a 3 this time. That's long. Tigers with it the other direction. They're not shy about pushing the pace either. On the dribble, that's Simon. Kick out for a 3. That was long that time by Herman, the freshman. Crossover Bardsley back to Thompson. Gieselman will hand it back to Nick Stein as they run some offense. Bardsley puts up the 3 and buries it. Bardsley has a couple triples. Gieselman has 5, and it's an 11-6 Nebraska Wesleyan lead. They're the hot team coming in. 4 in a row they've won. 3 and 6 in GPAC play now. Skip pass, Cool. Wanted to go cross court with it, but couldn't. Inside, diving in and making the defensive play, Blake Reese. Some subs into the game for Nebraska Wesleyan. Trey Kloster checks in. Tiger basketball under their own hoop. They go inside, pinned in there. Herman, point blank, gets it to go. Check that, David McDonald, the junior out of Aurora High School. He was camped way underneath the hoop, had great seal position there for Coach Weeks. Nebraska Wesleyan on the drive. 3-pointer left side, buries it. Kloster.
He's getting comfortable and heating up from that area.
14-8. We're just 5 minutes in. Tigers for a triple, hard off back iron, battle for the rebound, last touch by the Tigers. David McDonald, the 6'10 junior, was the last to get a hand on it.
Well, through first 5 minutes, it's started exactly like you want it to if you're Wesleyan. You're getting 3-pointers made, you're getting some stops on defense, feeling some momentum starting to build. Another big bucket down here, and you can start getting a little bit of more separation.
Bardsley, they run a set here. Pull up 3 by Karn, off, no good. Rebound to the big guy, McDonald. And the Tigers will kind of just walk it across the timeline. Karn has it. Holt dribbles in, pulls up, off glass, got it to go. First bucket for their leading scorer in his 5th start, Deontay Hootie Holt. Thompson in traffic, zips it across the lane. Leaving it short was Jake Miller.
Seeing the pace pick up just a little bit now. I think that's going to hopefully favor Wesleyan in the long run.
And they'll say it's a kick. Thompson was able to use the quick hands to get away with it after the slight kick. Take a look here. Tried the sneaky bounce pass off the knee, really.
When you see it live, it looked like a kick.
Tough on the inbounds here. They did get it in. Cool has it. Hands it off. Coach Jim Weeks roaming the sidelines for the Tigers. There's a pull-up from Holt. Fade away, no good. Cool kept it alive. Rebound brought down by Newby. Long time. There's a three up top for Gieselman. Or check that, Kloster with his second three, the South Sioux City native.
That's not what you want if you're Doane. You don't want him to heat up from beyond the arc.
Weeks, a long time Beatrice High School coach. He didn't have to change his closet much. He had a lot of black and orange. Well, he said to change his logo. Cool has it. In-your-face man-to-man defense by the Prairie Wolves. Cool thought about it a little too long there. Kicked it out to Holt, three on the way. No good. Battle for it. It's Miller.
Doane's getting good looks. They just aren't burying them right now.
Fast pace. We played 7 minutes already. 17-10. Underneath, great pass. What a find and a great finish that time by Keithan Carr. 9-point lead early, and the fans are excited at Snyder Arena. Take a look one more time. The backdoor cut and a nice finish on the reverse layup. Back with more after this.
You should pick Wesleyan because
it's a school that whatever you want to be in life, you can certainly do it.
I wanted a small school, small campus where I could be one-on-one with my professors.
It's just like one big family. Not to mention the kind of education she gets is wonderful.
I didn't apply to any of the schools. I know Wesleyan was the one that I wanted to come to.
We want you to come join us and be part of the Prairie Wolf family and be a part of the tradition of success.
Jackie Moon in the house. The Nebraska Wesleyan faithful excited after that 19-10 start. We played 7 minutes. Tigers with the basketball against some full court zone pressure now. See if they settle back into a zone or a man-to-man. They work man-to-man.
Doane's just got to fight it, starting off 4 of 11 to start the game. Had good looks.
Good job by Bardsley there on the help defense. Quick move, spin down the lane. That's a tough shot, though. Good defense by Cool that time. Deep in the corner, thought about it, was Hunt. Hoop, and the harm.
Ball movement caused that one there.
That fouls on number 24, Trey Cloister. That's his first, team's first. At the line to shoot.
Cloister with the foul. You said it, Wade. Good ball movement. That extra pass got Nate Cool, the 6'7" sophomore, the hoop and the harm. Free throws up and good as well. 6-point cushion for the Prairie Wolves. Paul Newby gives it off Bardsley in the lane. Pull up for a deep three, up and in. Keithan Karn, the junior from Elkhorn.
Not even 8 minutes into the game and already 5 of 7 from three-point land.
That 2-2-1 press look just enough to slow the Tigers down. They get across the timeline, only 24 to work with. Inside to Cool. Lowers the shoulder, no call, maybe a flop. Kick out for 3. Cool with the offensive board, he puts it up and in.
If you're a fan of the long-range shot, you're going to see quite a bit of them tonight.
7-point lead. Rare slow possession here, 24 on the shot clock. There's a pull for 3. I spoke too soon. Gieselman unable to convert. Tigers with a chance here to cut into that lead just a little bit. Biggest lead was 9. They're at 7 now. Cool wheels in the lane. A lot of muscling down there as Gieselman worked the defensive side of things that time. Deep 3 by Bardsley. No. Offensive rebound. Gieselman. Up and under, nowhere to go. Muscled it through, toilet bowls its way up.
Okay, that first shot came from the S in Snyder Arena over there on the floor. That was from way downtown.
Bardsley not afraid to pull once across midcourt. Student section behind him here at Snyder Arena. Defense is the name of the game, as we talked in the open. Nebraska Wesleyan to slow their opponents down a bit. They have great chances to win games. They've scored a very high clip, 94 points a game. Runner no good. Bardsley, he looks to push. No numbers, slows down a tad, kicks it ahead. Hesitation on a three through the lane, shots up, no good. Well, it's good, but no shot. Foul was first.
Excuse me, like to see him go to the hoop right away on that one. If you got numbers and you got that spot, go to the hoop right away. The hesitation, still got the foul drawn, but go to the hoop right away, go up strong.
Fouls on Riley Zimmerman, a freshman from Beatrice. So he's no stranger to Coach Weeks there on the sideline. Checking back in is David McDonald. Some new faces out there for Wesleyan. Nick Stein back in the game. Also checking in Max Ritchie out of Nebraska City, a standout in the prep ranks during his time down there. Thompson back in as well. Got to lob it all the way out top to get it in. They'll track it down in the backcourt. Keith and Karn. Halfway through the opening frame here, 22-15. Karn on the dribble. Gieselman to the rack, quick step, blocking on the pass, or is it on the shot? We'll see.
They're going to give him to him on the shot. Good, strong move to the basket. Going to go, might as well go up hard.
A little late getting there in the backside rotation on the defensive help with Zach Hunt. Gieselman, 37 points in that overtime game against Doane. Misses the free throw there.
And for the Tigers, number 41, Mitchell Melix.
Melix in, 6'7" sophomore out of Pender for Doane. Air ball in that one by Gieselman, didn't even draw a rim.
Not the best couple of free throws there, but still good job getting to the rim, getting the foul drawn, trying to get the other team in foul trouble right away.
Back in that 2-2-1 press are the Prairie Wolves. They'll skip it all the way over the top. Down the lane. Little hesitation, a rebound battle for Thompson. Comes out of there with it. He'll push. Down the lane, kick out. Nice find on the trailer. Puts up the three. No good. Tigers the other way. That was a great find by Thompson.
Great find, and the offense looks more in sync when they're going quick, catching the ball and shooting in rhythm. When they're having to set up in a half-court offense, they just haven't quite looked comfortable yet.
That's their motivation. They want to get out and run and find that open shot. If you're open, you take it. Down the baseline, and that is going to be a blocking foul. He was late getting there. Thompson didn't argue.
Was about to say that was a great job of sliding over defensively. Yeah, last little movement there is what got him.
Did a good job getting there initially, but then tried to slide a little bit to the left.
Yep. Got a little too far underneath onto the baseline. If he stops there right kind of where the restricted area starts, I think he's got a good job. He'd be in a good position to draw the charge.
First free throw by Riley Zimmerman is up and in. Reese back in for the Prairie Wolves. Bardsley returns. A lot of these names, if you're a Prairie Wolf fan, you almost don't even recognize because there were so many seniors on that squad last year that played. Both free throws good for Zimmerman. He has 2, and the lead is 5. Bardsley on the attack. Down the lane, a little floater. Off front iron, no good. Bardsley. One of those kids who has played for Coach Weeks in his high school days, now competing against the Doane Tiger head man. Tigers looking to cut it to a one-possession game here. They go inside. And a travel. Mitchell Malu, a little too happy on the feet.
I think that got a little bit excited there that he had a guard trying to keep him from going up to the rim.
At 6'7", he was going up against about 5'9" there. But the pace of play here, just not a lot of stoppages, not a lot of whistles. It's go, go, go. And going to the hoop here, off glass, left it short again. That time was Reese. Last touch by the Prairie Wolves. Cool returns for the Tigers. now scoring has slowed a bit. 22 points at the 8-minute mark in the first half for Nebraska Wesleyan is a little uncharacteristic. Drive in the lane is up and in that time, and Riley Zimmerman has 4.
The thing you gotta like though if you're Wesleyan though is that even though you've been cold a little bit, you still have a 3-point lead here.
Now they're in that half-court set, running a little clock this time. Bardsley on the attack, swings it out. 3-pointers up, 3-pointers in and out. Battle for it. Thompson saves it into the lane. A little hesitation, but a travel.
Had 2 guys wide open around the arc. Couldn't decide if he was going to pass it or go up.
He says, that was my bad, Max Ritchie. Good save by Thompson right there, and then just a little extra shuffle on the step. Too many options.
Don't think he was expecting to be that quite wide open in the paint.
I like what Nebraska Wesleyan's doing with that press, though, trying to almost slow the game down for the Tigers, and then they speed it up every time they have the ball. Thompson, look at that hustle. Coming out of there with it is Stein. Stein shields his body, off glass and in.
It's another one of those, if you're going to go in and don't let him go up and score it. That's what you needed if you're Wesleyan.
That all started because of Byron Thompson on the other end. Just went in there, just clipped a little bit of the arm on the way up, but Byron Thompson's hustle on the defensive side of things, impressive.
And like you said, it started with the pressure coming up the court, kind of discombobulated Doane a little bit.
At the line here, Stein, the senior out of Hastings, and Adams Central product. Pushes the lead back to 6. Largest lead of the night was 9, 19-10, so Doane was on a little bit of a run there. 9-5 run. Way to go, Hunt. Cut off there, Cool, thought about 3, spins in the lane. Back to Cool. Foul is going to go against the Prairie Wolves, and they'll say Blake Reese that time, and a little too much body.
That's frustrating if you're the Wesleyan defense. He got the shot clock down, didn't really have a good shot for him, just got called for the hand check.
Put both those hands in the back, and that's pretty much, I think, what they caught him with that time. They're going to call you. Maybe a little more sneaky. Under their own hoop, near sideline. Williams, he's knocked down a couple trail goals. To Cool. Travel. Cool just gets maybe a little excited sometimes with the basketball in that post area. At 6'7", he just needs to turn, face up, and make a move, and he just dribbles a little too much than you like to see from your big man.
Yeah, you can just tell he's really trying to force a play there.
Thompson all the way to the rack and in. The senior,
spark plug off the bench,
has a new coach in his senior season, and he's making the most of it, of the system as well. Fits him well. Man-to-man pressure now. 8-point cushion. Thompson, a pesky defender out there as he harasses Trevor Saborn. Saborn into the lane, pulls up, fades away from 8, got it to go. Ravenna High School, a Blue Jay. Played for Coach Paul Baronic up there, and is kind of a dynasty up there for a while. Thompson spots for a 3. Hard off iron, rebound. Controlled by the Wolves. Back out another 3, off iron. It's going to be a foul, it's going to be a push, and it's going to be against Reese, I believe.
Yeah, it looked like Reese might have got his forearm right into the back.
That's the second, I believe, on Reese.
It was a great possession, though, by Wesleyan there. He had 2 real good looks. Just couldn't get one to fall.
That's his second, team's 4th.
A few new bodies out there for both squads, keeping them fresh when you get up and down the court at this pace.
Frustrating thing if you're Wesleyan. You started off 5 of 7 from 3-point land. You're 5 of 13 now. Got to get one of those to fall.
Holt back out there. Inside they go now. Gruder traveled with it.
Back in for the Tigers.
Just got happy feet again.
Yep, just kind of got tied up there.
Just a little bit of pressure from Karn was just enough to make him shuffle the feet.
Werewolves really in your face, all over the court, pressure man-to-man defense.
Forcing 6 turnovers so far. You got to be happy with that through the first 15 minutes.
And the dribble in, spins his way up, no good. Physical down there with Gieselman. Now Saborin spins, fades in traffic. Karn on the outlet. Thompson will he stop and pop, gives it up behind the back. Karn, little floater from 7, in and out, no good. Putbacks up and in by Gieselman.
I hope that's what takes the lid off the bucket here after the last 4 or 5 minutes.
29-21. Such a frenetic pace on the other side of things. Then Doane now running some offense again. Travel as David McDonald tried to save the day as that pass was tipped.
It's got to be. That's 3 straight possessions with the travel down there, and almost in the exact same spot. Got to like the defensive effort that you're seeing from the Prairie Wolves right now. Pretty swarming, switching off on some of those screens, collapsing once a shot goes up.
Well, there's a lot to be said for what Alex Linden, SID here at Wesleyan, said. You know, the last 4 games, they're just trying to, they figured it out. They figured out what Coach Wellman's system means and how they run it and how they play together. There's a pull-up jumper, no good. And they're not afraid to try and outscore you.
And you're seeing that the flip side of that with Doane trying to get a set offense around.
It's a little reach-in foul. He's going to go against Trey Bardsley first.
That's his first.
Right there, yep. Cross, kind of raked him across the face. And a timeout on the floor. 29-21 as Prairie Wolves on top. Back with more after this.
Oh, hi there. Sorry, couldn't see you at first. I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and it's first Filter Friday, so I'm just checking my furnace filter here. Looks like it's about time for a clean one, which I just happen to have right here. You know, a small investment today can really reduce your heating costs and improve your efficiency. You can really see the savings. For more tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We will see you next time.
29-21 out of the timeout from Snyder Arena. Lucas Foreman alongside Wade Tracy and our entire Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network crew. It's off to all our cameramen. Great camera work tonight, giving us some great replays and great looks at things.
Now, if you're Doane, you're wanting to get points off of this. 7-1 right now. They're losing the turnover battle. Got to start shoring that up.
They let Holt open, and you can't do that because he'll do that. He'll bury you. 5 for Holt. Bardsley tries to counter and does.
That's what you need if you're Wesleyan. You got to answer the basket with a basket.
Tigers push it. Saborin through the lane, got caught in midair. Was lucky to get that pass off. Pull up from 15, got it.
That's what Doane needs to get going.
And now another timeout, a quick one by Coach Wellman. He wants to make sure that they're guarding Deontay Holt correctly. 32-26, Prairie Wolves on top.
This summer, all Nebraskans can test their skills against some of the best amateur athletes in the nation when the 2015 State Games of America come to Lincoln and Omaha. With an estimated 20,000 athletes expected to compete in more than 60 sports, this year's event is on track to be the largest in history. Make sure you're a part of it. Register now at sga2015.com. The 2015 State Games of America. More competition, more fun.
Trey Bardsley hit a 3 in the last possession. Out of the timeout there, Coach Wellman just wanted to make sure that I think everyone's on the same page, maybe defensively, in regards to where Holt was on the floor.
Yeah, you can't lose a guy like Holt, and that's not the guy you want to get hot. had held him scoreless. He's got 5 points. Or no, excuse me. Only had 2 prior to the last 2 possessions. Now he's up to 7 points. Not a guy you want to get going.
Bardsley on the dribble, 20 on the shot clock. Karn with it. Skipping over the top. That's a deep 3, but that's nothing but nylon there.
That's a great pass to find the open man with the skip.
Stein buries it. Pretty much all these Prairie Wolves can shoot it from beyond the arc. Or at least they're not scared to shoot it, that's for sure.
Not lacking in confidence to just pull up and shoot it.
Well, and they have the green light. There's a good entry pass. And Cool adds to his total. He has 7.
That's what Doane's going to have to do if they want to keep him going, is get better entry passes into him. Can't get it to him at the free throw line. Hope he's going to create.
Stein to Gieselman. Gieselman offensive, and he threw that forearm out there. Taking the charge that time is Riley Zimmerman.
That was one you saw coming from 20 feet away.
He was lining that baby up and he was getting to the hole. He had one other one earlier that went his way that could have been that way as well. Cool on the drive, and now he gets one.
Exact same play on the opposite end.
A nice finish despite the foul.
Nice finish, but you can't stick the arm out and go through the defender.
Back to back, same play right here. Yep, we'll push you out of the way. And he finishes.
Not taking points away from the finish. That was pretty flush.
Good style points. They don't put those in the scoreboard.
At least not one anyone cares about.
Coach Wellman, first year, comes over after being the head coach at Alfred University, Division III school over in Alfred, New York.
It's a fun offensive system to watch so far. I mean, points are always fun.
Gieselman between the rings. Bardsley kicks it out. Stein hit from there last time down, a little short this time. Holt on the attack, lost it off a foot. Head fake, and now Holt to the rack. And that's what hitting that open 3 will do for you.
Boy, that's a dangerous offensive weapon when he can hit from outside and then take it to the hole like that. You got to respect the outside shooting ability, and then he can drive right past you if you go up for it.
Extra pass, Stein down the lane. Or check that, Gieselman gets it up and in.
That was a strong move to the hole.
And Gieselman is one of those players that you think maybe just looking at him and his style play would thrive more in that half-court system, but he adapts well to the rack. Good help, but they'll say it was late. Paul Newby a step late.
Number 3, Paul Newby. That's his first. 2-7.
And block charge call.
Either way, you see more and more in the college game that is going to be a block.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
It's kind of a point of emphasis, I think. Last year, the year before.
It's going to go with the block.
Back in for the Prairie Wolves, number 12, Bucket Thompson.
Zimmerman with his 5th point of the night. 3 of them via the charity stripe. Much like the women's game before us, this time it seems like the Tigers can't really get over that 5-point mark. Pass ahead to Stein. Gieselman through traffic, left it short though.
Great move to get the defender up in the air and split the 2 that were down in the lane already.
Talked about earlier the nose for the basket, and that's what Gieselman has here. Just look at it, he finds his way to the rim.
If you're that defender, you just got caught in no man's land, and there's nothing you can do there except hope that he doesn't finish at the rim and end up with a 3-point play.
First one's up and good.
Gieselman hits the first. Back in for the Tigers, number 21, Trevor Cyborn.
Cyborn back in. Rolls off, no good. 6-point game, 1 minute to go here. A fast-moving first half. Tigers with the basketball, trying to get it down to a 2-possession game again. Holt on the dribble drive, but not before he was fouled by Karn. That'll be 1 and 1 for Holt.
That was number 20. Ethan Karn, that's his first. Team's 8th. At the line to shoot the 1-1, number 4.
Karn, a junior out of Elkhorn, and Holt just had that quick first step and then tried to throw the knee out there to slow him down. Up and good for Holt.
That might be the way to slow down Holt.
It might be the only way.
Just
And for the Tigers, number 41.
Cool, get a breather here this last minute. Keep him out of foul trouble. See Coach Weeks. Both good for Holt. He's got 11. 52 seconds left. Bardsley on the dribble. This is a pick from Gieselman. Pull up from 15, left it short. Gieselman, I was just going to say, has to be careful.
don't want to get that foul there.
You don't need that foul 70 feet from the basket.
Yeah. Started underneath the hoop and just couldn't get away from it.
That's his second.
Yeah, ran himself right into that one.
Yep, just needed to put his head down and run to the other end. Now you foul trouble, but you got 2 fouls. You couldn't go into the half, just not having to worry.
Yeah,
and the aggressive nature of his.
Didn't need to do that. But
now you can get it down to a 1-possession game if you're the Tigers. Zimmerman's perfect 4 for 4 from the line. Make it 5 for 5. Doane holds teams to about 75 points a game, and that's right now what Nebraska Wesleyan's on pace for.
The saving grace if you're Nebraska Wesleyan is that if you average giving up 94, you're at least ahead of that pace right now.
You get the hot start from beyond the arc and then cooled since, so some of those, hopefully in the second half, will fall for you.
You're not upset with it if you're Wesleyan, though. 7 of 16 is not horrible. You started off so hot, you thought that number would be a little bit higher. See what they get here in this last possession.
Shot clock is off, and this is as slow as you'll see the Nebraska Wesleyan offense work all night.
It's like watching some of these fast-paced spread football teams trying to take a knee on it at the end.
Bardsley, dangerous on the dribble, splits it out. Thompson for 3, got it! 3/4 court shot, good if it goes, doesn't at the half. 41-36. Bardsley just a magician there at the end of the half to cross over, split the defenders, kick it out for Thompson for 3. Rudy Holt got warmed up in that first half. He had 11. Gieselman muscled his way to a handful of buckets. Cool also with 7 points. 41-36, the halftime lead of 5 for the Prairie Wolves. Back with second half action after the break.